Cryptic broadcasts are something that have always interested me. Be it on radio, television, analog, digital, there's something that I've always just found like so fascinating about this stuff. I mean, there's a reason why Call of Duty Black Ops is my favorite Call of Duty game.
You want the numbers, Mason. That's all we've ever wanted.
But I mean, I ain't gonna lie here, person watching this video. I'm not gonna bullshit you. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I don't find stuff like this. I'm not going to sit here and say that, well, I'm not going to say that I don't find this stuff a little bit creepy, because I do. I mean, this stuff's a little bit unsettling. Now, the other night while I was, like most other nights, sitting right here in front of my PC in a Discord call with my friends, we all somehow managed to stumble across one of the most thought-provoking, yet terrifying rabbit holes on the entirety of the internet. Allow me to introduce to you, person watching this video, the analog horror series known as Local 58. Also, be sure to subscribe to the Beak YouTube channel. I mean, like, don't worry, it's completely free. You're not gonna have to buy a shark card to be able to afford this. Be sure to leave a like on this video and follow me on the cesspool known as twitter.com. Created by a guy called Chris Straub, Local 58 is an analog horror series you can find on a channel called Local 58. At the time of me recording this video, there are 9 different Local 58 episodes. Weather service, contingency, you are on the fastest available route, station ID, show for children, a look back, real sleep, sky watching, and digital transition. Now, mind control through broadcasts, this isn't something like new or revolutionary. While seemingly impossible, it's not like it hasn't been done or should I say attempted before. Mind control, this is what the story of Local 58 stems from, or at least some of it. Now, each episode of Local 58, they're presented as news broadcasts, but something is seemingly off with these broadcasts. Every now and then you'll notice something a little bit strange going on. Now, what I find so interesting about Local 58 is that within these episodes, there's seemingly a sort of like power struggle going on between two entities. One entity trying to convince you to, I mean, weirdly enough, go outside and look at the moon, and the other trying to prevent you from doing so. What if you were to like go outside and look at the moon though? What would happen if you listened to the one entity over the other? Well, strangely enough, you'll notice that, well, the moon, it's seemingly alive. Now, you may be wondering, I mean, what do you mean the moon is alive? I mean, like, that's impossible. It's a stellar body. It can't have a soul. Thing is, though, I mean, I reckon that Local 58 isn't as clear-cut as go outside, look at moon, get possessed, less spooky scary. No, I reckon that this entire series is some allegory for conventional thinking versus out-of-the-box thinking. Throughout this series, one of these entities will constantly tell you, look at the moon, look at the moon, look at the moon, look at the moon, almost as if it's trying to, I mean, not just brainwash you, but brainwash the masses, trying to force everybody into doing the same thing, thinking the same way, into joining the same hive mind. Whereas the other entity, the one trying to convince you not to listen to the other one, represents free thinking, doing things differently, stuff along those lines. The two standout episodes in this series for me are the episodes titled Real Sleep and Show for Children. In the episode Real Sleep, a recording made by an organization known as the Thought Research Initiative is shown to us. Thing is though, I mean, like, as you go deeper into this episode, you'll notice that, well, something is trying to convey to us that dreaming is bad, that dreaming is something that we shouldn't do, that dreaming's unnatural. On top of that, the phrase, "there are no faces," constantly comes up in this episode.
Faces.
almost as if something is trying to brainwash you into getting rid of your individuality, to not dream about anything. There are no faces. We are all the same. In the episode A Show for Children, a skeleton is walking throughout a field of graves. Thing is though, in the background of this episode, the moon is constantly looking at this skeleton with a sinister smile. Every so often, our main character will have a look in a grave, and then eventually, he himself will get in one too. In a very similar position to one shown in a previous episode, which tells you how to, it tells you how to game end yourself. Why is it though that, well, this skeleton is the only I want to say person? Why is it that this skeleton is the only person walking around though? I mean, like, where's everybody else? Now, the thing with this episode, yeah, in my opinion, it conveys the death of free thinking. You see, everybody else, I mean the masses, they are there. They're just in their graves. The moon, the apparent metaphor for conventional thinking throughout this series, it's also in this episode. And eventually, I mean, at the end of this episode, our main character, the skeleton, the representation of free thinking, gets in a grave too, joining the masses. The moon, conventional thinking, wins. In the last episode of this series, titled Digital Transition, Local 58 is changing from an outdated analog system into a more modern digital one. However, I mean, in this episode, it almost seems that, well, the old analog version of Local 58, it doesn't want to go. It's almost as if this old analog version is fighting the more modern digital one. Now, I mean, like, what does this episode symbolize? Well, remember how earlier in this video I spoke about, like, two entities? I reckon that this video symbolizes the battle between these two entities. The old analog version of Local 58 symbolizing old conventional thinking, and the new modern digital one conveying out-of-the-box free thinking. This episode conveys the battle of the old way of doing things, the old way of thinking, versus the new way of doing things, the new way of thinking. During this battle, you'll also see words like betrayal come up. You'll notice that the old analog version will show things about the moon. It's desperately trying to get you to go back to join everybody else, to not change, to not divert from the hive mind, to look at the moon. And then, well, the episode ends. You do not understand. This series is so bloody interesting. Like, you need to go and watch all of these episodes after this video. Well, actually, you can go and watch all of the Local 58 episodes after you get done watching all of my videos. Thanks for watching. Be sure to let me know what you think of Local 58 in the comments of this video, and I'll see you soon.
Number 15. Subscribe to the Beak. If you don't, you will suffer a severe case of cringe, and you are taking part in bozo behavior. Thanks for watching.